You self-deleted yourself.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the When at Work podcast. You're with your host, Julia Leahy, and today I'm joined by the fantastic Jonathan Dumas and ST Tangrila. Welcome to the show, everyone. Guys.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you very much.
Woo, that was stressful. We got it all set up, and we're going to play a game of Jeopardy today, which is super fun. And, all right, ST, do you want to pick a category and an amount to kick things off?
I can't see the board.
Okay, so we've got 20th century words and phrases, bird books, child rearing, Europa. They're like Europe sounding words that start with an A. In the magazine and muscle cars. And as with the first round, you've got to pick an amount from 200 to 1,000 in one of those categories.
Wait, what was the first?
20th century words and phrases.
All right, let's do one for 200. 20th century words and phrases for 200.
You got it. A scientist came up with this blended word after reading a paper on fog and smoke.
What is smog?
That is correct. Well done, ST. So you are going to be number one. Okay, now I haven't done this for a while. I can't remember whether you keep going or not. I think you do.
I think he does too.
Yeah.
Keep going.
All right, keep going, ST.
All right, we're 20th century words and phrases for 400.
All right, let's do 400. This two-word term for the idea that a computer could think like a human was coined in the 1950s.
What is AI?
What is artificial intelligence? That is correct. ST is on fire. Go again, ST.
All right.
Clean the board.
All right, 600.
Sticking to a good thing. 20th century words and phrases. This word for a large self-service store that sells household goods as well as groceries hit the shelves in 1933. Just out of my era. Just kidding. Champagne comedy.
Sorry, well, repeat that.
Sorry, too much.
Should you read that again?
Too much noise. This word for a large self-service store that sells household goods as well as groceries hit the shelves in 1933. A large self-service store.
What? Self-service store. I'm going to give it a guess and say, what is supermarket?
What is supermarket is correct. ST still in charge. Would you like to pick 800 for 20th century words and phrases?
Yes.
This 9-letter word popped up for a place where you could enjoy a beverage or a light meal while using your computer.
So what is... Read that again.
This 9-letter word popped up for a place where you could enjoy a beverage or a light meal while using your computer. Tin, 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 tin.
All
right, you want to have a crack at that one, Jonathan? You don't have to.
No, I actually don't know this one, so I'm gonna pass on this one. I have no idea.
Okay, so are you happy with that? ST, you can't provide it?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm going to pass on that.
Okay, so now we're handing over to Jonathan. So we've got 20th century words and phrases, bird books, child rearing, Europa, in the magazine, or muscle cars.
Let's do muscle cars for 200.
Sounds good to me.
Julian.
John Lingenfelter remodeled this iconic Chevy sports car to go 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds and even race an F-18. Iconic Chevy.
Wow. What is a Chevy Camaro?
Oh yeah, that'd have to that. Oh, Corvette. Oh, the other one. I don't often think of that as a Chevy.
Is it Charger?
It's a Corvette. So
Oh,
yeah.
of course.
Actually, I've got to give some points to to the main man there, ST. Let me just adjust that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you got the right amount. Okay, so back to you, ST. You're on 1,200.
All right. 1,000 for words and phrases.
Okay. It follows copy to mean it's printed on paper. Once the computer age hit, it also followed hard. So it's hard something.
What is a hard copy?
Well, do you want to have a go at that, Jonathan?
Let me see. It follows copy to mean a printed on. Once the computer age hit, it also followed hard.
So it's hard something.
It's not hard copy. It is.
You don't have to.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
No.
So you've lost some points there, ST, and control is over to Jonathan again.
Okay, let's do child rearing for 200.
Child rearing. Okay. Also called a binky. This comforting device can be an orthodontic issue once baby teeth start falling out.
What is a pacifier?
Is correct. Well done, Jonathan. He's got the child rearing
Nice.
questions locked up.
Yeah, well, let's do child rearing for 4.
Okay, 400. Michelle Bachmann gave her biological children this schooling. The state wouldn't let her do it with her foster kids.
Ooh. What is homeschooling?
What is homeschooling is correct.
Oh, there we go.
On fire. Can you see the answers when I click show?
I can.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay. So that is correct. Jonathan, you're still in control.
All right. Let us do. Hey, I'm rocking it with child rearing. Let's do child rearing for 6.
Child rearing for 6. Ferberizing is a controversial method for this part of a baby's day. Ferberizing?
Ferberizing. Okay. Ferberizing. What is not napping? I'm not sure. That's a guess. What is not napping? Skipping a nap.
What is nighttime or sleep time? Okay, well, I don't know what that's all about, but I'm going to take some points off there.
All right.
All right, you're up, ST.
All right. Europa for 200.
Europa for 200. So these are A words that are related to Europe, just so you know. The Kilfios and Ilios rivers flow through this capital.
Repeat that again.
The Kilfios and Ilios rivers flow through this capital.
What is Athens?
What is Athens? Correct. Well done, ST.
All right.
You're up.
Europa for 400.
400. Montenegro is on this country's northern border and Greece is on its southern one. Montenegro is on this country's northern border and Greece is on its southern one, starting with an A.
What is Albania?
What is Albania? Is correct. ST is on fire. Keep going.
600 for Europa.
600 for Europa. There's a Welford on and a Bidford on this English river. There's a Welford on and a Bidford on this English river. Starting with an A. English rivers. There's only 2 that I know, and this is one of them.
All right. English rivers.
You guys have never been to England, so
Yeah.
I can.
I spent time in the UK, so I should be knowing this, but I'm not really trying to remember this river.
All right. Well, time's up, I think.
Don't even come to me. I have no idea.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now let me just adjust this and see if I can get to round 2, because I think we're about due for that. Jeopardy board. How do I make it bigger? All right. Let's just continue on. All right, so you're up, Jonathan?
Cool. Let's do in the magazine for 200.
In the magazine for 200. Q&A, Eddie Vedder, rock and roll, random notes. What the hell? Question and answer.
Okay. Let's see. Eddie Vedder, rock and roll. And these are in that magazine?
I'm assuming. I think we might know more once I see the answer.
All right. What is Rolling Stones magazine?
What is Rolling Stone is correct. Well done, Jonathan. You're in control.
All right. Let me do. Let's do child rearing for 8.
How come we didn't get any points? Were you negative before, Jonathan?
I might have gone negative because I had that.
You're back on even 0 now. So anyway,
nice.
Yeah.
Right.
There's some. There'll be a chance for you to catch up. All right. TV, play dates, and grades below A were no-nos for the kids of Amy Chua, author of Battle Hymn of Her. What the hell? TV, play dates, and grades below A were no-nos for the kids of Amy Chua, author of Battle Hymn of. So it's Battle Hymn of something.
Battle Hymn of Her.
Maybe it's. I would just have a punt on her name. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say it's probably the name of the book, but I do not know fully. So I'm gonna guess Battle Hymn of Her. Battle Hymn of Her Household. What is Battle Hymn of Her Household?
Battle Hymn of Tiger Mother.
That is literally a book. Yep. Or a movie too.
Oh, is it really? All right, ST, you're up.
All right. Continue on Europa for 800.
Europa for 800. They extend from the Mediterranean near, I think it's Nice, to the plain of Danube. They extend from the Mediterranean near Nice to the plain of Danube.
Where are the Alps?
Wow. Well done. I had no idea until you said that, and then I went, of course it is. All right, ST, you're up.
All right. Final one, 1,000 for Europa.
Europa 1,000, the big money. The name of this resort town, 20 miles southeast of Naples, is often found between the and coast. The name of this resort, 20 miles southeast of Naples, which is in Italy, is often found between the and coast. The something coast.
What is the Amalfi?
Amalfi?
Coast?
What the hell is the Amalfi Coast, ST? Well done. You've just cleaned out Europa. Keep going.
All right. What is the next category?
So we've got bird books. One of child rearing at 1,000 is left. In the magazine and muscle cars are all available.
Let's do 1,000 for child rearing.
Child rearing. 2 uses of this term are exercise on horizontal bars at the playground and a type of training pants. 2 uses of this term. It's got something to do with child rearing. So horizontal bars at the playground and a type of training pants. So horizontal bars, what are they? Monkey bars? I don't know. Do you call them monkey bars in the States?
Yeah, we call them monkey bars.
Okay.
Yeah, we call them monkey bars, but that's a good question there.
Dun, 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 dun. Nothing?
Yeah, I'm going to pass.
Pass. Do you want to have a crack, Jonathan? Or not?
I'll pass. I'm not too sure about this one.
All right, let me just have a quick look. I'm curious. Pull-ups. Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Pull-ups.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
those little pants that...
That should have been...
Yeah. Well, now that we know, we see the answer, we think it's easy.
Don't worry.
All right, Jonathan.
Let's do in the magazine. Actually, excuse me. Let's do muscle cars for 400.
400 muscle cars. Plymouth, named for this Warner Brothers cartoon character, even had the horn sound to match. Oh, I know this one.
A Plymouth name for this.
Which is a Warner Brothers cartoon character that's fast?
Oh yeah. What is Roadrunner?
All right. I owe you a clue, ST, okay? Roadrunner is correct. All right,
Yeah.
Jonathan is coming back. He's negative 400.
Yeah.
What would you like?
I'm still negative, so we're good. We're good. Let's keep it going. Muscle cars for 6.
Muscle cars for 6. Oh, we've got the daily double. All right, daily double. So what you can do here, if you want to, is double up. Even though you're on negative 400, you could. Is it 400? Yes, 400. You can bet 400, and if you get it right, you'll get extra money.
Not even, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's. I got nothing to lose. I'm negative.
Right.
I'm playing with house money right now. Let's do
All
it.
right, so I'm
400.
gonna put 400 wager. The 1968 Dart GTS was a muscle car from this maker.
What is Dodge?
What is Dodge is correct. Okay, so
Nice.
You've got back to even there with the daily double.
All right,
I think
there it is.
you
Let's
were
go,
meant to get
Bird.
more points for that anyway. Go for it.
There it is. Let's do bird books for 2.
Bird books for 200. This book says, I thought Gemini would get grown, but there wasn't much else left for us to learn except possibly algebra. This book says, I thought Gemini would get grown, but there wasn't much else left for us to learn except possibly algebra. And it's in bird books. The heck is a bird book?
No idea. I'll pass the ST.
ST, do you want to have a crack or do you just want to take control?
Okay, what is To Kill a Mockingbird?
Oh, unbelievable. You've taken my breath away,
Nice.
ST. You are on fire. The polymath is flexing. Continue on.
All right, books for 400.
Books for 400. Bird books. Larry Mcmurty won a Pulitzer for this Western.
All right, I think
Larry
yeah,
McMurty.
I've never heard of this author, so I'm gonna pass it to Jonathan.
So you
I
can
have no
have
idea who this
a
author is.
crack or take control. Jonathan, what would you like?
I'll take control. Here we go. Muscle cars for 800, please.
Muscle cars for 800. In the 60s, Ford named a Fastback for this newly opened Alabama Speedway. In the 60s, okay, let's think. So Ford, so we know the Fords. 60 in the 60s. A Fastback is like a two-door, isn't it?
I believe so.
Newly opened Alabama. Oh, I know what I'm going to go with. I honestly have not seen the answers.
Yeah, I don't. Damn. I don't know.
Just think of a Ford from the 60s that was like a coupe. And just have a crack at that.
What is Shelby? Ford Shelby?
Oh, yeah.
That would be the
Oh,
Mustang.
man. Well, Telebagos. Like, I didn't even know that was a car. Did you know that was a car?
I had no idea it was a car. No, I didn't know it was a car.
Talladega.
I know Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew Talladega was an actual car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we might have a
Oh,
protest.
man. All right. Keep it going.
All right.
It's all good. It's all good.
Go for it, ST.
What do you have left?
We got Bird Books in the magazine and one Muscle Cars.
All right, let's
Which
do
I
in the
think
magazine.
you... Which one? Magazine
In the
for how much?
magazine?
400?
400.
Okay. Spy versus spy. Steal these tweets. In the magazine. Now, I know that first part. I don't know what the heck the second one means, but if it's a magazine...
Okay, magazines.
I owe you a clue, ST. Now, this could be wrong because I haven't read the answers. But I know that Spy versus Spy was in a magazine and it had a mascot with a gap tooth, and his ears were sticking out and he had like a gap in his teeth. Does it? And he had a catchphrase, "What me worry?"
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell?
No, I'm not really sure about that.
What about you, Jonathan?
What is Mad Magazine?
All right, let's have a look. Hopefully my clue wasn't a bum steer. It is correct. Well done.
Yes.
Jonathan.
All right, let's do In the Magazine for 600.
In the Magazine for 600. Let's see if Jonathan can do a miraculous comeback. 100 best companies to work for. Investor interview.
I think, what is Forbes?
Oh, what is Fortune magazine?
Fortune.
Dang it.
All right.
Let's see.
I've got to take some.
That was a close
I've
one.
got to take some points off you there. So you're going backwards
It's
again.
all good.
All right, ST.
All right, 800 for magazine.
800 for magazine. Feline groupie, potty anxiety. Okay, feline groupies. What is that? That's weird. Feline. So that's cats. Somebody who loves cats. Potty anxiety.
Hold on. All right, this one again. All right, Jonathan, what do you think?
Feline groupie, potty anxiety. Feline groupie, potty anxiety. I don't know. I'm going to guess something about animals. So I'll say, what is National Geographic? I don't know. That's not even a magazine. I have no idea.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just going to put it out there.
You know what I think? What about, do they have like those kind of better home and garden magazines in America that sort of does everything? Like it'll be pet tips, garden tips. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Let's take a look.
They do.
Cat Fancy. Okay.
Cat Fancy. All right. No, I wasn't.
Has anyone heard of that magazine?
No. I don't think. I mean, half the magazines that I come across are like, what the heck are these things?
I subscribe to Cat Fancy. All right. ST.
All right. What are the last left?
We got Bird Books, In the Magazine, and Muscle Cars.
All right, Bird Books.
600 Bird Books. A 1993 raid in Mogadishu that left 18 American soldiers dead is chronicled in this book by journalist Mark Bowden. 1993 Mogadishu. So is that Somalia?
Yes.
Okay. I've got a guess on this one. But I don't matter.
Okay, so this is a
1993 raid. Sounds like it went horribly wrong.
What is Operation Mockingbird?
Let's take a look. I'm going to go with the one they made a movie out of, Black Hawk Down. Okay. Well, I didn't get any points. But, Jonathan, go
right.
big.
Let's see what we got.
We got
here.
In the Magazine, Muscle Cars 1,000, Bird Books 800, and 1,000 left.
In the Magazine for 1,000.
In the Magazine for 1,000. This way in, this way out. Man at his best.
Let's do What is Men's Health Magazine?
What is Esquire? Unfortunately,
Esquire.
I thought it was going to be.
Yes,
I was going to go for GQ. Isn't that a magazine?
Yep, GQ is a magazine. Esquire is too. Oh my gosh!
All right, ST. Let's see if we can finish off the board.
All right, what's? Yeah, because I can't see the board.
Oh, sorry. Bird Books, 800, 1,000. Muscle Cars, 1,000 is left.
Let's do Muscle Cars 1,000.
Oh, ST's heading over into the Muscle Cars category. V8 engines with major displacement are alliteratively called Big This. Alliteratively. Now, what does that mean?
Alliteratively? That's an interest. I never even heard of that word. And
I think
we're using that context.
Well, I think, I'm not sure, but I think it means that the word will also start with a B. Big balls or big V8 engine, big boomer. In Australia, we call V8 cars with big engines big donks. I'm not joking.
V8, yeah, I don't know. Cars is something that's very interesting because I'm not like a muscle car kind of guy, so I think I'm going to pass.
Okay, so big something. I think it's going to start with a B. Big banger, something like that. I don't know. Big boomer.
Let's see. V8 engines with major displacements are all.
Okay.
Literally called
357. Big. No, is it 357 Chevy big? It starts with a B.
V8s? These are muscle cars?
Real big V8s. Not just any V8, but the real big ones. Big something.
And it's gonna bother me after I get this wrong. What are big brutes? I don't know. Dang.
Big block. Have you heard that one?
Big.
No. I know. It's just like, of course it is. All right. Do you want to finish off the board, or should we wrap it up? ST?
Yeah, let's
go on, Steve. Wrap it up. Finish it up. You got this.
All right, let's finish it up. All right, the bird books,
okay, 800. Maya Angelou dedicated this book to all the strong blackbirds of promise who defy the odds and sing their songs. Yes, now I know that Maya Angelou had a book about birds singing. Something in a cage, I don't know. Somebody actually... I had a similar question to this. Do you know who Maya Angelou is, ST?
I know who she is, but I'm like...
I think she passed away 5 years ago. I don't know. Something about birds. All the strong blackbirds of promise who defy the odds and sing their songs. All right, let's show the answer. I've got crickets coming back from the guests.
Yep.
I know why the caged bird sings. That's funny because we had this question in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and I couldn't remember it. That's because I'm an idiot. Okay, Jonathan, you got a crack at bird books for 1,000. You're up.
Let's do it. Bird books for 1,000. Let's get it.
Some took flight with this 1970 allegory by Richard Bach. Others felt it was bird-brained. So, 1970 allegory by Richard Bach. Something to do with birds. No idea. Has anyone heard of Richard Bach?
Name rings a bell, but the title of this book is not. ST, do you know this one?
No idea. Oh. I can't even remember anything anymore.
All right, let's have a look. Okay. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Okay, and that brings us to an end, mercifully, of Jeopardy. All right, ST, tell us about Next in Time podcast.
Yeah, so Next in Time podcast is a podcast where we talk about the visionaries and the we talk about the visionaries of people and what they're trying to contribute to the world with what they're building. And we focus more on interviewing guests of many different stripes, including technology and business and other areas where they feel like, okay, they have this big, strong vision they want to make a contribution to, and then they just come on and talk about it.
And how long have you been doing this podcast, ST?
About a year and a half now.
Excellent.
Interviewed over. I have currently 70 episodes of the podcast, and I believe the first episode I've had was like one of your previous guests by the name of Isaac Mashman.
Oh yes, I just had him on recently, Mashman. Yeah. Awesome. And what do you do when you're not podcasting, ST?
I write books, and I write books on the side. I recently published this book called Havensbury. Yep. It's a coming of age story of a young entrepreneur who goes to prep school, but then he later becomes more like a community-based entrepreneur with the help of and support and guidance of a homeless person.
Hey, have you got your book there? Do you want to hold it up?
I don't have it, but if you want to check it out on Amazon, just type in Havensbury, Havensbury.
Okay, wonderful.
You'll see it up there.
All right, now, Jonathan, career transition coaching, tell us what that is.
Yeah, so I help folks experience career joy. And essentially what that means is folks who are looking to make a change in their career and need support navigating what that change is going to look like, so that they not only like what they do, but they are joy-filled in doing it in the next step.
And you're an org psych, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm an organizational psychologist.
That's very interesting field, I think, and it sort of talks. Tell us a bit about what org psychs do.
Yeah, so organizational psychologist is like, if I could just put it in a nutshell, is a business therapist. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to go in, ask a lot of questions, analyze the company, and kind of explain kind of some of the issues potentially that are going on in a concise and like systematic way. So that way your company is working more efficiently, more effectively, and your employees are enjoying where they're working as well.
Yeah, because there's this kind of thing with businesses that there's a culture, isn't there? And that culture can be great and positive, and then sometimes people get a bit kind of burnt out and negative, and it can affect everything. And that's why org psychs are so interesting and important, I think.
Absolutely.
And tell us about career joy versus career despair.
Absolutely. So career joy is this inward, long withstanding happiness that you have about your career, where you're connecting both not only your personal passions, but also your work passions, and they just meld into this like beautiful, harmonious like relationship, right? On the flip side of that is career despair, where you have reached the end of your rope with what you're experiencing in your job, whether it's like sadness, grief, hopelessness, all those different things that kind of swirl around when you're like disparaging it where you're at in your career. And so I work with folks transitioning from that despair portion into that joy-filled portion.
Hey, Jonathan, do you want to know something that I've never suffered from is professionalism. And you talk about that as kind of a myth. Do you want to tell us a bit about that? And I think you particularly talk about it in the black community as a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So what professionalism says is that you need to show up to work as you show up to work, and you're supposed to button up and separate, what happens outside of work, what happens outside of these four walls, right? And that would be fantastic if all of the social, historical, particularly in the U.S. context, didn't exist, right? We're thinking racism, white supremacy, all those different things. If those things didn't exist, we could do that. But the hard facts is that like that is we're asking folks, when we say you need to show up to the office to be professional, we're asking them to disembody, separate themselves from personal to work, which we're the same person. Those two ideas can't exist, right? And so what I encourage people to do is actually show up to work authentically, and as much as they want to show up as possible. Doesn't mean that you're any less quote unquote professional or unqualified or can't do your job. It is to say that the expectation that you forget all of the things that happen outside these four walls, that they don't impact your work, is just not true. And it's never really been true for anyone, but particularly I would say black folks or any other marginalized community.
It's interesting, like, because it's like in schools where in elementary school where you kind of you've got to fit into this mold, and people are finding that if you can be a bit more flexible in the approach, you're finding that some of the kids that maybe didn't fit in, like me, can actually do well if there's a bit of flexibility there. So I'm all for bringing that into the work environment. So that sounds good. And what are people going to see if they go to heyjonathandumas.com?
Yeah, so you'll see all the things about me. What I do for employees, what I do for individuals, companies, so on and so forth. You can connect with me and sign up for my newsletter there, or set up a vibe check if you want to, if you're interested in some coaching work that I offer.
Excellent. And don't forget, if you want to check out ST's book, Haven's Gate, on Amazon. And
it's Havensbury.
Sorry, Havensbury. We'll have to do. We'll just let that one slip. All right. Thanks for coming on, gentlemen. That was great. And thanks for listening and watching and bearing with us. We had a few issues, but we got there in the end. And I'm going to go now.